Arsenal are Premier League champions. Incredible. Obviously, later upload because obviously, listen, you have to enjoy yourself first, and obviously, really think about things. But not really a lot to say, to be honest. Usually, I'm sitting here analysing the game, analysing individual performances, but you kind of have to do that over a season quickly because we just won the Premier League. Incredible. We see Bournemouth, Manchester City drawing 1-1. Manchester City had to win that, otherwise it would go to that last game against Crystal Palace. And they didn't, and I think deservedly Bournemouth minimum got a point they deserve. Could have even won it, but yeah, Man City not winning that game, so we are mathematically champions. Just a surreal feeling, man. Obviously, you realise what? Hang on a second. It still hasn't really sunk in. First time in 22 years. First time in at least my lifetime, a conscious lifetime, that I've been properly supporting this club, that we're champions. I've only really seen Arsenal win an FA Cup, to be honest, and I've seen a few of them. But our Premier League, incredible. And that's not even the end of our season. Of course, we play Palace, and then we have that big Champions League final. But yeah, Premier League champions still feels surreal. You've seen the celebrations at the Emirates, incredible. You've seen bits of London get shut down. I think, parties are probably still going on in London. Incredible. You've seen the players' reaction as well, the way they've been enjoying it. You've seen videos from Saka, the post on Rice, Lewis Skelly, just every single player posting their own videos. And you see all the content online. Unbelievable stuff, man. And incredible. Absolutely incredible. Still feels surreal. Of course, we all know the project from the job that Arteta's done to now. It's been incredible. But people have always been like, where's that Premier League to fully have a full circle moment, to really complete the story, complete everything. Because yes, he's done a great job rebuilding, but without finishing the job, maybe there's always a dent there. And he's finally done it. Arteta's done it. He's finally won a Premier League. He's, beaten Pep Guardiola in his last ever season. And, the student has finally beaten the master. And, he's leaving now, Pep Guardiola. All these core players, because people are saying maybe we need to get rid of some players in the summer, maybe like an Odegaard, maybe like a Ben White, stuff like that. But the way they've put their bodies on the line, what they've done for us throughout these years, the way they've been with us from like when we weren't great to now, they've been the pillars of our success. These guys, people like Gabriel, who's been there from the start, Odegaard, Ben White, like these guys have really been there, and it would have been brilliant to see them if they were to go. Give them a Premier League because they definitely deserve it. They've really helped, been a significant part of this rebuild, and been one of the pillars. And yeah, very glad these guys are going to get a Premier League now, because it would have been extremely harsh not to see them get one. And they've now all got a Premier League title. And listen, it could get better. We have that Champions League, as I said, which, listen, what will happen, that will happen in that. But, people have said as well, would you prefer to win it on when you're playing? Listen, we've not won it in ages. I'll take it anyway. And listen, that Palace game is now a stress-free game. We had to, if Man City had won, we had to win that and continue. But now that game, it's stress-free. I don't think Palace will go strong. Arteta, he doesn't have to go strong. I still think he will, but if he wants to invest certain players, cool. He can just start working on the Champions League final game plan now, because that game means it's just going to be a Premier League title lift now. So there's nothing on that game at all, and that just feels so good, doesn't it? To finally watch an Arsenal game with no pressure and nothing on the line. How often are you going to really see that? Because the job is already done. So that's why I'm glad we've also won the game, so our attention can focus on that Champions League final straight away. And yeah, getting it done, brilliant. You've seen the celebrations, obviously brilliant. And that's not even the end of things. You're going to see stuff, obviously, after the Premier League trophy list at Selhurst Park. Champions League final, again, if we win that, you're going to see ridiculous amount of celebrations too. And yeah, still feels surreal. We are your Premier League 2025/2026 champions. I mean, incredible. Absolutely incredible. loads of people's first time witnessing this from Arsenal. My first time witnessing for this from Arsenal. And the feeling still hasn't probably sunk in that we are Premier League champions. So brilliant from everybody involved, the staff, the manager, despite being criticised, the players, despite being criticised, the fans really locked in, especially towards the latter part of the few games, and brilliant, man. Brilliant. So it's already been an unbelievable season because we've won the Premier League. That's the main objective, and I'm over the moon with that. Could we make it a extraordinary season and probably the best in Arsenal's history? We'll be finding that out in less than 2 weeks' time, but all attention goes to that. But yeah, enjoy this, guys. Really enjoy it. Shove it in people's faces. Really think about it. And yeah, certain Arsenal players will be going down in Arsenal history as well. Incredible. And yeah, very happy. Obviously, Man City did very well. Credit to them. Obviously, pushing us towards the end. I did not think they were actually gonna be with us right towards the end, but credit to them. Obviously, that's Pep Guardiola leaving, but for us, over the moon, absolutely buzzing. And yeah, we are your Premier League champions, and the feeling still hasn't sunk in. Absolutely incredible scenes, and enjoy it, guys. Champions. What a feeling.